Smart Phonics. Today we are going to see the digraphs with a consonant and a vowel. We know digraphs are two letters that together represent one sound. It can be a consonant digraph made up of two consonants or a vowel digraph made up of two vowels. Sometimes a digraph can have one consonant and one vowel combination. In this case, a consonant and a vowel together represent one sound. The order can, however, vary. So here is a list of digraphs with a consonant and vowel combination, and these digraphs make a consonant sound. The letters E and D together represent the sound D. Sometimes it can represent the sound T. For example, G, R, A, L, D, grilled. J, A, M, P, T, jumped. Here we have the vowel first and then the consonant. In these digraphs, we have the consonant first and then the vowel. The letter CI, SI, TI makes the sound sh. For example, special, tension, action. So here we see that the digraphs CI, SI, TI all make the same sound sh. In the next row, we have the digraphs with a silent E. So this digraph VE makes the sound V. H, A, V, have. The digraph LE makes the sound L. P, E, B, L, pebble. The digraph SE makes the sound S. D, E, N, S, dense. The digraph CE makes the sound S. F, E, N, S, fence. The digraph GE makes the sound J. F, R, A, N, J, fringe. Now let us see the digraph ED in detail. It makes a D sound or a T sound. It is a digraph only when it is used as a suffix and represent the past. For example, jumped, grilled. Here jump and grill are the root words and ed is used as the suffix. To choose which sound the digraph ed makes, we need to check the sound at the end of the root word. The digraph ed sounds like t when the root word ends in a whispered sound. So these are the whispered sound k, f, ch, sh, p, s, x. So whenever the root word ends in these sounds, then the digraph will sound like t. For example, stopped, fixed, missed. The digraph ed will sound like d when the root word ends in a noisy sound. Most of the other sounds are noisy. For example, chewed, trimmed. The letters ed is not a digraph when the root word ends with the letters t or d. For example, spotted, landed, and also when ed is not used as a suffix. For example, in the word bed, it sounds individually bed. And in this case, the letters T and D join with ed to make E and D sound separately. So that is why it is not a digraph, because it doesn't make one sound together. Now let us see the digraphs CI, TI and SI. All of these digraphs make the same sound sh, and these are digraphs only if they are followed by a vowel and are present at the beginning of a second or subsequent syllable. So that means it should be present at the beginning of a second syllable or third syllable or fourth syllable and so on, but not the first syllable. The CI spelling for sh sound typically end with these: CION or CIOUS or CIAL or CIENT. For example, suspicion, delicious, special, efficient. The TI spelling for sh sound typically end with these TION or TIOUS or TIAL or TIENT. So both of these have almost same endings: ON, OUS, IAL or IENT. For example, position, ambitious, potential, patient. The SI spelling for sh sound typically end with SION. So this has usually one ending. For example, expression, tension. So you could see in all of these examples, the digraphs are followed by a vowel and are present at the beginning of the last syllable in these cases, and so they behave like digraphs. Let us see the scenario when CI, TI and SI are not digraphs. So these are not digraphs if they are not followed by a vowel and are not present at the start of a second or subsequent syllable. For example, take these words. Here you could see we have SI, CI, TI, SI, but it doesn't sound like the sound sh. Instead, it has the normal pronunciation. It, visit. Here, this SI is not followed by a vowel, so it is not a digraph. It, city. Here also, this CI is not followed by a vowel, and also it is present at the start of the word, which means it is at the beginning of a first syllable, so it is not a digraph. Acting, acting. Here we have the letters TI, but it is not followed by a vowel, and so it is not a digraph. And also when you split it into a syllable, it becomes acting. So it is not present at the start of a second or subsequent syllable. Sight. Here it is present at the beginning of the word, which means it violates the rule. It should be present at the beginning of a second or subsequent syllable, and also it is not followed by a vowel. So in all of these cases, the letters CI, TI and SI are not digraphs. Now let us see a recap of what is a syllable, what is a split digraph, and what is soft C and soft G in order to understand the concepts that we are going to discuss in the next slide. We have seen all of these in the previous videos, but it is essential that we have a recap of it now so that we will understand the next concept in a better way. A syllable is a unit of pronunciation that has one vowel sound. So in simple terms, when we speak, we naturally break the word down into little spoken chunks, and each chunk is called a syllable. So in English, every syllable must have a vowel, and that is a rule because it is going to produce a vowel sound. For example, rabbit, tulip, tulip. And a split digraph is a digraph that has two vowels, and the second vowel being E in all the cases, and the two vowels are split by a consonant. So we have any of these vowels and then the consonant and then the vowel E. Because it is split by a consonant, it is called as split digraphs. For example, rate, rate, theme, kite, hope, tube. So the second vowel, in this case E, is silent, but it changes the sound of the first vowel from short to long. Imagine there is no E at the end. We would read the vowels with a short vowel sound: at, rat, the, them, it, kit, op, hop, up, tub. So this E changes the short vowel sound of the first vowel to a long vowel sound, and so it is known as the magic E. What is soft C? We know that the usual sound for the letter C is K. But if C is before E, I or Y, then C sounds like S and not K. For example, scent, prince. Here you could see that when CE is present at the end of a word, then the E is silent. So at the end, the letters C, E together makes one sound S. So it behaves like a digraph. Whereas here, they sound separately, but C sounds like S. What is soft G? If G is before the letters E, I or Y, then G sounds like the letter J, and not the usual sound G. For example, gently, hinge. Again, the letter E is at the end of the word and it is silent. So the two letters G and E makes the sound J together. So it behaves like a digraph at the end of a word, whereas here it does not. Now let us see the digraphs VE, GE, LE, SE and CE in detail. These are digraphs only at the end of a word. The E at the end is silent, but it serves a special purpose. So let us see the special purpose of E for all of these digraphs. The digraph VE makes the sound v, have, give. No word ends in V in the English language, and so a silent E is added at the end. The digraph GE makes the sound J, bulge, fringe. No word ends in J in the English language, and so soft G that makes the J sound is used at the end of a word. So the silent E is used to make G soft at the end of a word. The digraph LE makes the sound L. For example, pebble. Without the silent E, there is no vowel in the last syllable. So when you divide the word pebble, you could see that if you take away the E, there will not be any vowel in the last syllable. But in English, every syllable must have a vowel, so the silent E is added at the end. And also, L is the only syllable where a vowel sound is not heard, because in all of the syllables you will hear a vowel sound. The digraph SE makes the sound S. For example, dense, tease. The silent E prevents singular words from looking like plural words. So imagine if you don't put the silent E, then the word dense will look like the plural of dense. So that is why we are adding the silent E. Similarly for tease, if you don't have this E at the end, then it will look like the plural of tease. Digraph CE makes the sound S at the end of the word, and the silent E is used to make C soft at the end of the word so that it sounds like the letter S instead of the letter K. Here we have the silent E digraphs, and here we have the magic E digraphs. These are digraphs that have a consonant and vowel combination, and these are vowel digraphs, which means there are two vowels in the digraph, but the vowels are separated by a consonant, and so these are called as split digraphs. These digraphs have a silent E at the end, and these digraphs have a magic E at the end. It is still silent. The E usually has a special purpose for each of these digraphs. In this case, the E does the magic of changing the sound of the vowel before it from short to long. Let us look at the examples. G-A-V, give. F-R-A-N-G, fringe. B-A-B-L, bubble. T-A-N-S, tense. P-R-A-N-S, prince. In all of these examples, the E is silent, but it does not change any vowel sound. It does not change the sound of the vowel before it. But the silent E have a special purpose for each of these examples. Here, the word should not end in V, so we are adding an E here. Here, we use the silent E to make G a soft G. Here we add a E so that we have a vowel in the last syllable. Here we use the silent E so that it does not look like the plural of 10. And here we use the silent E to make C soft at the end of a word. Whereas in these examples, K, ape, cape, the, eam, theme, P, ipe, pipe, ode, road, T, une, tune. The E at the end changes the sound of the first vowel from short to long, and so it is called as the magic E. So the digraph here are the two vowels and not the consonant and the E at the end. In these examples, the magic E also appears to serve the special purpose because it comes after the letter V, G, L, S, C, as in here. But still, it changes the sound of the first vowel from short to long. K, ave, cave, st, age, stage, sm, isle, smile, h, o's, hose, eyes, rise. So, this is the difference between the silent E and magic E. Here I have grouped the similar sounds in our table. So as you know, these are the sounds and these are the letters that make this sound. These are the homogeneous digraphs that make these sound, and these are the heterogeneous digraphs that make these sound. And I have added this column here which gives a vowel and consonant digraph that could make these sounds. The same applies here, and the digraphs that are highlighted have more than one sound. Here are the heterogeneous consonant digraphs that make a new sound, and this column is added here which has a consonant and a vowel that could make this sound. Here is a summary of what we have seen in this video. We know a digraph is a combination of two letters representing one sound, and that digraph can be made with a consonant and vowel combination, and it usually makes a consonant sound. The digraph ed can make a d sound or a t sound, and it is a digraph only when it is used as a suffix and represent the past. And the digraphs ci, ti, si all make the same sound sh. And these are digraphs only if they are followed by a vowel and are present at the beginning of a second or subsequent syllable. The silent E after letters V, G, L, S, C have a special purpose and makes a digraph at the end of word. And the magic E, which is present in a split digraph, changes the sound of the vowel before it from short to long. And in English, no word ends in the letter V or J, and every syllable must have a vowel sound, and E after the letters G and C makes them soft at the end of the word, but E remains silent. If you have learned something new from this video, please like, share and subscribe. Knowledge shared is knowledge multiplied. Thank you.